Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, this time there's like enough cancer in the world. There's enough of it, and why do we keep adding to it? As if Twitch already didn't have a poor reputation. Let's make it worse. But let's get into it. Now we have this lady here. Now, don't let the outer beauty cloud your judgment, because people can be beautiful on the outside and toxic on the inside. But let's hear what she has to say.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have.
Yeah, it does. Maybe you don't realize something. 22 million people within the last couple of months are on unemployment. They've lost their jobs. The states are locked down except for 4. But let's continue.
That's really the thing, because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution.
So what are you giving people that you deserve their $5? Besides, you're wearing a dress and stockings. You're sitting in a pillow chair with a bunch of dolls around you with a blanket and some Christmas lights.
If it cost $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it is. And generally it goes $5, $10, $25 are the 3 tiers of a subscription on Twitch.
$20 is you can get a full meal for $20.
You can feed your family for $20. Let that sink in.
And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is.
And actually, so you can feed yourself for $5. There are many places that have meals for $5.
But a sub is $5. At maximum, in whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to...
Oh, wait. It doesn't matter how broke you are. See my previous 2 points. Okay.
To watch Twitch, you have 10...
Watching Twitch is free. You being on Twitch, how much did you pay Twitch to be on their platform? How much do you pay Twitch an hour so you can say whatever you want to say on Twitch? You're not just damaging your own reputation. You're damaging Twitch's.
Dollars, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money.
You know what, lady? The global pandemic, the lockdown, pshaw, you should have $5 for me. And if you don't, well, go get a job. And forget there's 22 million people on unemployment. No one is obligated to give you the $5, and shaming people into doing so tells volumes about yourself and your character. Why would anyone want to watch you after this? Why? You've already gotten 11 subs. Cheer total 300 out of 5,000. So that's $3 out of 50. and you just started your stream. You're about half an hour into it. But if you don't have $5 to give to me being the streamer, then you should be out looking for work during a pandemic when very well likely your state, well, let's face it, the world is under lockdown. But you should have $5 to give to me. What makes you so special?
It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money.
I can eat a meal for $5. If I go to the store, I can get a nice, big, huge pack of ramen noodles for less than $5. For $5, I can get enough groceries to make probably a couple meals. But no, I need to give it to you because you're too busy. You're too busy shaming your viewers.
So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track.
Yes, it does, lady. Yes, it does. Because me paying the cable bill, which is also my internet, is more important than me giving you $5 and then not being able to even watch because I gave you the $5 that should have gone to the cable bill. Why should I skip a meal because I should give you that money?
What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with...
So who's really the one that's irresponsible here? Who's the one that's really irresponsible here? The people watching you or you? It is you.
My money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
And if you were at all entertaining, then you wouldn't need to go on this rant of yours. Because people would feel motivated on their own to sub to your channel for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You condescending little... Right, okay. Then Pokimane chimes in and pretty much says, audience shaming is not the way to go. So we have this guy who's a Twitch streamer. He should be there wearing his little white night suit. But let's hear what his points are on this.
The only thing, okay? Am I scared of Pokey's feet? I'm not scared of Pokey's feet. I just don't want to argue with her, jumping on like the fucking bandwagon.
Because you're gonna lose. That's why you don't want to argue with Pokey. Is because you're a loser.
You know that if we were to argue, she would agree 100% with my point. Okay.
I know she pretty much shut you down already, dude. So, whatever.
Okay? She's just jumping on the drama so that she can get her 2 cents in because it always looks good to tell other streamers to fuck off when they talk about subs.
And yeah, they should.
It's easier for Pokey to say because she makes millions of dollars a year doing it. Okay?
Aren't you a good-sized streamer? Don't you make money for subscriptions? If you commonly do this practice of shaming your audience into giving you subs, what do you think is going to happen to your community?
All right, here we go. Run it down. Where are people going to have the problems? All right? The average 18-plus viewer on Twitch is going to have more disposable income than the average American.
Okay, if you're 18, between 18 and 22, you're likely in college, which I'm not aware of a lot of rich kids in college unless they're Harvard or Yale and that. So they're generally broke. You go full-time to college, you have a part-time or several part-time jobs. It's a struggle. And you still have to pay for, your room and board, and everything that comes with living on campus. And if you're living off campus, guess what? You have bills to pay. But these kids that are, even if you don't go to college out of school, you're not going to get a job making, tens of thousands of dollars a year. Okay, you're not going to get a job that's going to pay you $40, $50, $60,000 a year just being fresh out of high school. That doesn't happen. Okay? You're not going to have a ton of disposable income versus a person that, has worked a career for 20, 30 years. So, yeah, you're full of shit, Destiny. Your first point is wrong.
We know this is true, okay? Number one. Number two, $5 a month, it's not really that much money.
At this time, it probably is. Yes, $5 is a lot of money at this time. Especially if you've lost your job. Your state's under lockdown. You can't go to a job. Okay, the government just gave out like $1,200, right? And assuming you did your own taxes, that you weren't a dependent to your parents, you'll get the $1,200. Now, if you're stupid, you'll just piss away that money by subbing to streamers. If you're wise, you'll save that money, pay your rent, pay your bills, pay ahead of time. That way you're safe. You'll buy groceries. And it's really mature of you to use the word expenditure. Everyone knows what that word means, but you think you're just so hoity-toity. I use big words. But let's go.
For the average viewer. It's not. That's just true. We know that. You can't disagree with either of these. Okay? Number three, right? The average viewer is not negatively impacted by a $5 a month contribution. We know.
And maybe they will be. Maybe they will be. And quite frankly, if they don't feel motivated to give you a sub, maybe it's because what you're doing and saying they don't care to pay for. Maybe you're not as entertaining as you like to think you are. So the first 2 points we've already shot down, so we know the third one's not valid. So let's go to what he calls C now instead of P4, but okay.
Know that as well, okay? That's easy, okay? Conclusion, I can't afford it. It's not a valid excuse for not subbing.
How about, yeah, it is it is perfectly valid considering the economy is in a tank right now. But your view is everybody should have $5 to pay for a streamer. Not everybody's going to. And you know what? What I don't see on any of this, or what anybody's talking about, is that people just being on your stream gives you a lot of benefit. It benefits you regardless if they sub to you or not. That's what I find funny that neither one of you two talked about. Even Pokimane didn't even talk about it. So I'm going to.
Now, that doesn't mean you have to sub. Doesn't mean you should sub. Doesn't mean you have an obligation to sub.
Right, and nor does that mean you should be shamed into subbing either. Because there are benefits to your community just by people being there.
If you don't want to, because either you're lazy to do it, because you don't want to do it, because you don't give a fuck, okay? Those are all perfectly valid reasons to not sub. If someone is like, I don't want to sub because I don't give a fuck. I don't want to sub. You're like, oh, cool, okay. Or I don't even know how to connect that shit. And honestly, I'm too lazy to fucking hook it all up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not typing my credit card in. Fuck that shit. Oh, cool. Amen. That's great. Fine. But when you're like, well, I don't think I can afford it. Pretty sure that's bullshit, bud.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're full of shit because your first 2 points, I just blew them out of the water. And, the third point is still out of the water, and the fourth point actually is not even relevant. If people aren't subbing to you, maybe it's because they're not motivated to. Maybe they think that you're so full of... I'm not going to say the word. I should, but I'm not. Because I've watched your streams before, and I didn't watch for long because you were so full of crap that just wasn't worth watching. Oh, but now maybe she'll apologize. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hi. You're here right now because you've seen a clip of me, and you're very angry about what I said in that clip.
You think why people might be upset with you?
And you're justified in your anger.
At least she admits that.
What I said was tone deaf.
No, what you said was stupid, ignorant, rude. Yes, rude.
Insensitive and stupid.
And it's insensitive. No, it's rude.
And I recognize that. I recognize that there is no context that I can give that would excuse what I said, so I won't.
Good, because there is no context that you could give. There wasn't any.
I can only own what I said, and I will. The clip that you saw does not represent my true feelings.
Then why did you say it? We just watched it. I just watched and heard what you had to say. Was it your secondary personality because you're a psycho? No.
I've streamed for hundreds of hours, and I've said, support communities after you support yourself first.
And if that's true, then why did you have this take? Don't get it.
Subscribe if you have the disposable income to do so.
Why not subscribe if you enjoy watching my channel? How about you just don't say anything at all and just do your stream? If people are people know what the subscribe button is. You don't need to tell them that it's there. They know it's there. They can see it's there. It's on their screen. And if they feel so inclined and motivated to do so, they can, and I'm sure they will. They'll probably even gift subs to other people.
But in that clip, I expressed opinions that I do not hold.
If you don't hold them, then why just say them? You just contradicted yourself. If you don't have those opinions, then why did you open your mouth and say them?
At all. I said things that I don't mean, and they were vile. I recognize that. What I said was wrong in any context, but especially in the context of a global pandemic.
You think?
It was very callous and inappropriate. I know
You think? Thank you, Captain Obvious.
that you've lost jobs. I know that you're afraid for your own security, and I know that what I said was incredibly hurtful. And
No, what you said was incredibly arrogant, stupid, condescending, and judgmental to your community. The people that supposedly are there to watch you and support you.
wrong. And I take responsibility for it. I won't try to make excuses, and I won't deny that what I said was awful.
That was.
I want to talk to you. I want to hear your voices. I want to answer the questions that you have. And I want to be able to do it in the most responsible way possible.
How about this? There's 2 of 4 words I didn't hear from you. I'm sorry. I apologize. didn't hear any of those words. Maybe you're afraid now that people have seen and heard for themselves what you have to say and what you think about the people that watch you. And they're probably going to cancel you. To say that you shouldn't receive any, I mean, it's so ridiculous. Even if the economy was good, this is what you have to say. How much did you pay Twitch to be able to stream on their platform? Because it's their platform, not yours. How much do you pay for OBS, which is free? If you think you're the only one that is receiving this hate, that it's just women, no. Let's look at DSP, Wings of Redemption. You can look to Low Tier God, and let's look to this fine example. And let's hear what this person has to say.
It sounds like I'm drunk and trolling when I tell people, kids especially, go get your daddy's credit card or mother's, steal it.
So, steal your parents' credit card. Oh, well, wait. No, not steal it, but sneak it behind their backs. That's stealing it.
Not steal it, but just sneak it behind their backs and hit the subscribe. And no, I'm not joking. It's not a joke. It sounds funny because it's kind of funny, but I ain't.
No, that's not funny. That doesn't even sound funny. I ain't doing nothing bad.
I ain't doing nothing bad. I'm not pushing you to lose your virginity.
No, you're just encouraging people to steal so that they could give you $5. I mean, you're just as bad as the other woman. I'm pushing you to be a man. A man doesn't steal. At least a man with integrity doesn't steal. A man with dignity doesn't steal.
I'm pushing you to be a fucking man. Do things your own, financial independently.
Stealing from your parents or stealing from others doesn't make you financially independent.
Which is nothing. You know what I mean? Like a sub is like worth what? $5 fucking bucks. You're still feeding off your lunch money, which off your parents' allowance, and that should still cover that 10 times? Come on, wake the fuck up. So,
as I said, if you think it's just the women that, oh, you're just attacking her, she's a woman. No, this guy's an official piece of shit too, and doesn't deserve to be on the same platform as anyone. You know, because as I said, it's not just yourself that you're demeaning. It's you're tarnishing Twitch as a company, as a platform. Why would people go to Twitch to watch you or anybody? Because they might stumble across you. And as I said before, just having people there in your chat is a benefit to your stream, because you're going to show up here. You're also going to show up here. And it's based on, by default, how many people are currently watching your stream. So if you want to berate the people who are watching you, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go from this spot all the way down here. People aren't going to watch that stuff for long. And another thing that you've failed to address, I'm sure your a partner, and even if you're just like affiliate like myself, when you go live and start streaming, this button become active. And guess what you can do even? Run a 90-second ad, a 180-second ad, 150-second ad, 120, 60 seconds, 30 seconds. And you can make that into a nice little button right there under quick actions. And every time you press that button, the people that aren't subscribed will see an ad. They'll see an ad and you'll make money. And there's another thing. So here we are at the Just Chatting landing page. Oh, well, let's see here. There's this lady here, Sweet Anita. I've heard of her before. Let's give her a click. What am I going to see? What am I looking at here? An ad. And guess what? By me watching the ad, just put some money in Sweet Anita's pocket. So next time you want to berate your viewers, your community, about your lack of subs, don't forget that before they walked into your door, they watched an ad. And maybe you should provide something to them that would motivate them to want to give you $5 instead of berating them to give you $5. Because I can tell you, if I was watching a streamer and they started berating their chat about their lack of subs, like Bad Bunny, like that other moron, guess what? I'm out. I'm not going to watch. And like I said, what's going to happen to your channel? It's going to get lower on that list. And there's lots of people on that list that will be bumped up ahead of you. Now, I really don't want to dissuade anybody from not going to Twitch. There are a lot of people on Twitch that are amazing, wonderful people. And I follow them. They're not huge streamers. They're average streamers. But you know what? They deserve some attention. But never, ever sub to a channel, hit a join button, because the streamer or YouTuber guilted you into it. That's not how this works. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, I hope I don't get cancer from this shit.